What's up everybody, it's your boy TJ, and today we're going to be doing a spoiler heavy review for Halloween Kills. If you have not seen the movie, go on the page and go look at the non-spoiler review because this shit is about to go down. We are going to dive into the plot. I'm really going to talk about the things I liked and I didn't like, and yes, we are going to talk about the ending. But first, before we go into that, don't forget on my Twitter, I have a giveaway going on right now. All you gotta do is find this pinned tweet, retweet it, and you gotta follow the account, of course, and you will be entered to win a $50 gift card for Fandango. Shit, you could use it for Halloween Kills for all I care, but it is a free $50 gift card. So all you gotta do is go to my Twitter, find the pinned tweet, retweet, follow the account, and you are entered. So good luck. All right, here we go. So Halloween Kills, like I'm all like getting hyped because like, you know, I love Halloween. I'm a big fan of the 1978 classic. Like I even like 4, 5, and 6. So I love Michael Myers. I love Halloween. I love the lore. So right off the bat, we are put directly into Haddonfield, 1978. The events after the first film, we see a young Officer Hawkins and he encounters the Shape, Michael Myers. And it is so dope to see that OG mask. It's clean. It's all white. You know, I wasn't alive in 1978, so I never got to see the original Halloween in theaters, but this was fucking awesome. And the way the picture looks, it's all grainy. It looks vintage. Like, I know other movies do flashbacks of other time periods, but the way they shot this, they made it really look like you're watching a movie from the 70s. So Officer Hawkins follows Michael. You know, he sees him turn a corner, and he follows him, and obviously he's gone. He looks down, there's a boot print and like a chain link fence. So how the fuck did this person get through the fence, right? It adds more mystique to the character of Michael Myers, which I loved. And then, you know, a whole bunch of the other officers come, and I loved just like the little hint when they said Dr. Loomis shot him 5 times. I thought that was a great callback to even reference Loomis, but I was not expecting to see Dr. Loomis. Of course, you know, Donald Pleasance is not here anymore. It had to have been like a deep fake or CGI. You know, I had someone ask like, oh, is it reused footage? But even then, if you even think that this is possibly reused footage and it's not, that just shows you how great of a job they did on bringing back Dr. Loomis. And we even get to see Michael kill one of the officers, OG Michael. We're gonna refer to him as OG Michael. We get to see OG Michael kill an officer that is standing in his spot. You know, it's alluded to throughout the movie that every time Michael kills somebody, he comes back home and he stands in his sister's room and like looks out the window, because I guess he did that as a kid. So there was an officer doing that, and Michael's like, hey, you are in my spot, dude. So he just fucking starts to strangle him, and this is where it gets interesting. Officer Hawkins comes in and Michael is like having his partner in like a headlock, and you know, he's pointing the gun. He's like, let him go, let him go. And he shoots, and he hits his partner in the neck. He hits him in the neck. And what's even worse is that Michael walks out and all the cops are there waiting for him. And Dr. Loomis knows that this dude is pure evil. You know what I mean? He's the fucking devil for all he cares, right? He's about to shoot him in the head and just kill him. Officer Hawkins comes out and saves Michael. All the people that have died in 2018 and in this one and probably in the next one, Officer Hawkins low-key let that happen. So I love that this movie is even adding more lore to the original, you know, because they're showing us things that never happened, especially since like Halloween 2 and everything else did not happen in this Michael Myers timeline or multiverse. You know, maybe like one day we'll get all the Michael Myers with their different masks and they're all like trying to kill each other. That'll be fucking crazy. I love that not only does this add to 2018, but it's adding more things to the classic. So fans of the classic movie will like this movie because not only is it adding more lore, we see Tommy Doyle, we see Lindsay Wallace all grown up, and how the town is grieving still, like from the events from 1978. You know, like they're at a bar, right? Imagine Halloween night at a bar. You know, you're out with your friends, you want to have fun, you want to turn up, right? And someone goes on stage and it's like, yeah, it's Halloween, but you know what? We gotta remember the stuff that happened like 40 years ago. Like that would kill my buzz so much, but I get it. You know, they're deeply affected with what happened. Like they almost died, so it makes sense. When it comes to the side story with the people of Haddonfield, with Tommy and all of them, I like how it started. You know, they want to get together. They find out Michael's alive. They want to get together and they want to fucking kill this dude finally. But the fact that they were chasing down an inmate that wasn't Michael Myers throughout most of the whole movie, that literally makes that side story a complete waste of time. It takes up a lot of time, so unfortunately, my overall thoughts of the movie, that's a big portion of it. And it was like low-key kind of cheesy that throughout the movie, you know, they're a mob and they have that mob mentality and they're walking around and they're saying, evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. Oh my god, just shut the fuck up. We get it. Yo, and we also get Sheriff Lee Brackett. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know the dude was still alive. So that was fucking awesome. He had the chops on the side, you know, and he freaking says the line.
I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
I think me and one other person in the whole theater started clapping. And I mentioned this in the non-spoiler review. I don't remember hearing too much of the original score. Of course, like, you hear flashes of it, but I swear, like, throughout the whole movie, I only heard it a few times. So that kind of sucked, because when you watch a Michael Myers movie, you want to hear that score. That's like watching a Star Wars movie and not hearing John Williams. Okay, so let's talk about Michael Myers. The kill count, you know, the film screened last month at a film festival. All the early Twitter reactions were saying, highest kill count, highest kill count. They're true. And these are like some of the most brutal kill scenes. Like, I know that there was this one part where he had an old guy and he put him on the island, you know, in the kitchen. And the dude's already dead. And he's just picking up each knife going, wah, wah, like 4 times. And I'm like, dude, this is crazy. And I don't really get grossed out about stuff like that. And it wasn't even too gory because he's getting stabbed in the back. But just the sight of that, I was like, yo, this is crazy. And you got the dude's like dying wife just sitting there watching it. Like, that's so messed up. I know that I said this is the most brutal we've ever seen Michael Myers, but we've also never seen him take on multiple people at once. Like, in the beginning, we seen him take on all of the firefighters and he was just like melee style, just killing all of them. So the Michael Myers that I enjoy watching, I like him picking off his victims one by one, you know, stalker style, methodically. He's thinking it out, not just like fucking going Wolverine berserker style, you know what I'm saying? So it was different. And I'm not saying I didn't like it, but it really wasn't my cup of tea, because it reminded me of like when the Avengers were trying to fight Thanos all at once. But yeah, some of the most brutal kills in the franchise. You know, if you thought 2018 was not as gory or bloody, this will satisfy your bloodthirst. Should we talk about Laurie? Okay, we'll talk about Laurie. There's really not much to talk about. She's in the hospital throughout most of the movie, which makes sense because we know that this is the second film in a trilogy. They're not going to give us the big epic battle, you know, that they're gonna save that for the end, which, you know, I alluded to in the non-spoiler review. I hate when studios make it known that it's a trilogy, or oh, it's gonna be 2 parts, because you walk in knowing that it's not really gonna be a complete movie. You know the ending is gonna lead us into the next one. We do see maybe like a possible relationship between Laurie and Officer Hawkins, because Officer Hawkins survived that attack in 2018. You know, they had some pretty cute, funny moments. And actually, Officer Hawkins explains to Laurie the guilt that he's had, that he's carried. Like, not only did he not kill him, but he also stopped Dr. Loomis from killing him too. So, like, he's kind of 0 for 2 right now. But I've heard Jamie Lee Curtis say that Halloween Ends is going to be a great finale. So I'm sure we're all excited for that. And I've mentioned before that Halloween Ends is either going to make this movie a lot better or it might make it worse. I think Anthony Michael Hall did a great job as Tommy Doyle. They kind of made Tommy Doyle a badass. Like, he's the leader of the mob. He's trying to rally everyone up and like, we're going to kill Michael Myers tonight. And, you know, there was a moment in the hospital where he tells Laurie, you know, when I was a kid, you protected me, so I'm gonna protect you tonight. Like, that almost brought a tear to my eye, dude. And even talking about it kind of makes me emotional because you can feel it, you know, and it's real. Because if you're a kid and your babysitter saves your life, and now you're older and your babysitter's obviously older, you're gonna want to return the favor. So I thought that was a great touch. Unfortunately, Michael pretty much killed every OG character except Lindsay Wallace. He even killed my boy Sheriff Brackett, man. Like, damn. The way he killed them was, you know, melee style again. And it's ironic too, because while that scene is taking place, Laurie's in the hospital telling Officer Hawkins, you can't kill Michael Myers with like brute force or something like that. And while she's talking, you see them trying to kill him with brute force, and he wakes up and just slashes everybody. Actually, before that even happened, I love the scene of Karen taking off Michael's mask, and she's like taunting him like, "You want your mask? Come get it." It was a trip seeing him do his famous, iconic slow walk, but with no mask. Like, that kind of shows you how much that mask means to Michael. He's even willing to stop killing somebody to get his mask. I looked at my wife and I was like, oh, is that his weakness? Taking off his mask? Like, they are adding more things to Michael Myers' personality that we didn't know, and I love that. Also, the scenes with Scott MacArthur and Michael McDonald, Lil Jon and Big John, I felt like, you know, they were some scene stealers. Every time they're on the screen, the audience was laughing. And it's kind of ironic because they're living in Michael's old house. You know, these kids are trying to like pull Halloween pranks on him, and they're telling him, do you know whose house this is? This is Michael Myers' old house. Do you know what happens to people in Michael Myers' house? And it actually happened to them. Like, they get killed. Okay, so let's go over the ending. You know, I mentioned everybody died, at least like the OG characters, right? So the movie ends off, they're outside of Michael's house, and Karen, who heard the story about Michael looking out the window, she walks into Michael's house, goes up the stairs, and looks out the window. You can see this shit from a mile away. Fucking room is pitch black. It's a shadow. You know you're gonna see his face. And he freaking kills her. The movie ends with Laurie's daughter getting killed, and Laurie and Allison don't even know. Obviously, they're gonna find out when Halloween ends, but they try to end it off a cliffhanger, and it makes sense because in the middle movie of a trilogy, you need something bad to happen. And yeah, the OG character is dying. Like, that's bad for like us because, you know, we know them and we're fans of them. But in this specific trilogy, you needed one of them to die. So it sucks that it had to be her, but you know, it's gonna make Laurie and Allison probably even more stronger in Halloween Ends. And yeah, you know, it feels good to like talk about what I liked and what I didn't like and not have to hold back because this is a spoiler review. For the most part, I enjoyed the movie. I just did not like that side story, and unfortunately, because that side story took up so much time, that's why my score was 6.5 out of 10. But I mean, if it wasn't for that, we'd be talking about in the 9s probably. Especially that opening scene in 1978. Like, that's why I alluded to in my non-spoiler review that this is probably my favorite opening to any Halloween movie. But yeah, since this is a spoiler review, comment down below, did you like Halloween Kills? You know, what did you like about it? What did you not like about it? Are you hyped for Halloween Ends? And don't forget, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.